Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Kassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever fine podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on a podcast app, be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave us a rating, review, or a comment. It really helps boost the exposure of the show. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. It's a great way to support Going In Raw. We have reward tiers all the way down to $1, and you get the show ad-free.
Ad-free.
You can download an ad-free RSS feed. Now they're running ads in the audio version of the podcast, all for $1 a month. It's a great, great deal.
Deals.
You also get a shout-out if you enlist on the Patreon for Going In Raw.
Yeah.
So I'll read off a couple of new patrons here. Eric Clifford, Robert Mustick, Don Wilson, Michael Carson, Eric Oriana, and Ben Kirkwood. Thank you all
everybody,
so much for your support.
Yes.
We're heading into NXT TakeOver Blackpool. It's a week from this Saturday.
Correct.
So we've got probably 2 more episodes.
Yeah, there'll be 2 more next week, I'm guessing.
After the ones that
we can get
unless
back
they just
down
decide to
one.
go with one. Unless they just decide to go with, hey, you know what they might do? They might just run, maybe the extra one they might have in the can might be for post Blackpool, and they'll do a bunch of non-consequential matches.
That
We can
could
hope.
be.
We can hope, right?
We can hope. Probably not, though. I mean, we got lucky this week with a 2-hour clip show of NXT.
NXT Prime really took it easy on us.
Yeah, otherwise, because I turned that thing on and I was like, oh my gosh, 2 hours, what?
Yeah.
And thankfully.
Yeah. Let's see here. Got some problems with the stream. There we go. Let's try that. Just hit refresh, everybody. See if that works. So anyways, we're heading into Blackpool.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Dunne made an appearance in this week's episodes of NXT UK. NXT UK
Felt like he'd been gone for a while.
What's that?
Felt like he'd been gone for a while.
Well, okay, so over this past weekend, I think it was, or early this week, I forget, Pete Dunne tweeted out that he's done with independent wrestling.
Yeah, he's full-time NXT.
Right.
NXT UK, I guess. It's kind of unclear whether he's going to be moonlighting between both brands or primarily one or the other. I would suspect at this juncture primarily NXT UK.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. So we all sort of assume that they're going to wait till Walter comes in and
I won't be surprised if he's in the audience on Saturday
and takes that title off of Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that'd be a wise move? Given that we've had 22 episodes of NXT UK to this point, do you think that would be a wise move?
I don't think he'd come in on Saturday and take it from him immediately. I think they'd wait till the next takeover, which would probably be, in 2 or 3 months? Then
that'd be a cool precedent. You get in the audience, and on the same episode,
you scale the barricade and you go in to win the title.
Yeah. Be different.
As much as I like Joe Coffey, I think in certain respects, the creative on NXT UK is finally seemingly hitting its stride.
Yeah.
There's actual storylines developing now.
Yeah, sure.
After 20-some episodes.
Yeah.
Joe Coffey, I think he's really good.
Yeah, me too.
They're not going to put the belt on him.
Why not?
He's still not Pete Dunne.
I think it'd be a great idea to do it, to be honest with you. Because right now, here's the thing. There's Pete Dunne, and there's everybody else.
Well, there's Pete Dunne, there's Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, and then there's everybody else.
Well, I'm talking about the singles division. There's Pete Dunne, and there's everybody else.
Yeah.
Because Tyler Bate and their Mustache Mountain, they're either going to win the tag titles, or they're going to be chasing Gibson and Drake for him.
Yeah.
Which I think would be a smart move also. There's Pete Dunne. Here's the problem. If you bring in Walter to win that title, then there will be Walter and everybody else. You need to elevate somebody else.
No, I understand that, but...
And Gallus is the one thing that they have going for them.
It would be I think it's going to be a split. I think Dunne's going to retain, and then Mark Coffey and Wolfgang are going to get those tag titles, so British Strong Style can chase them.
Wait, I'm sorry.
It's going to be a split. Dunn's going to retain, and then Gallus is going to get the tag titles. I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep for Gallus at TakeOver. I don't think they're getting... Oh, wait, they're not even the
Gallus
thing.
isn't even... They're not even fighting for the tag titles, yeah.
Brain fart. My apologies. Sorry, Gibson and Drake will get the tag titles.
Yeah.
But no, I just don't see it happening. I know last night wasn't the go home for it, but Pete Dunne got powerbombed through a table by Joe Coffey.
Yeah, I know, but I like you said, I don't know if that's not. See, when Pete Dunne started breaking the fingers, I was like, oh man, dude, there's no mid card title.
No.
And yeah, I mean, I think that the fact that Gallus isn't even the Wolfgang and the other Coffey, Mark, they're not in the tag title scene because they're already out.
Yeah.
Suggests that like they're not going to push Gallus too hard, and this is just sort of a glorified. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Pete Dunne has already gone through Jordan Devlin. He's had like what? Noam Dar, who isn't even around in NXT.
Zach Gibson twice.
Zach Gibson twice. Like if they job out Joe, and granted it'll be a great match, but if they job out Joe Coffey, who I think he's the only guy they've really built to be
a potential contender. Yeah, I know.
I just think that I'll put it this way. It would be realistic at this point for guys like Mastiff, Eddie Dennis, Jordan Devlin, Travis Banks, Connors to have a shot at that title, where if you just keep it on Pete Dunne and you have Walter come in and take it off him, it's not gonna be realistic. And especially Walter. Walter really, I know he's probably gonna be in NXT UK because he said he wanted to be in Europe, but he really needs to be in like NXT Prime.
Well, that's more up to him than anything, I think. If the nature of his contract, if the rumors are true, is that he doesn't really want to move to the States, then that's kind of that.
Yeah, then he's going to be in NXT UK as just this godlike figure because he's the only guy who can take it off Pete Dunne. And then why would I have any reason to believe Jordan Devlin's going to be able to take that title off of Walter?
You wouldn't
or Coffey or anybody else.
But then that could potentially sets up a huge underdog story for
maybe Mastiff.
A year down the line when someone eventually does it. That's a career-defining moment for somebody who bests Walter. I mean, Adam Cole, I think, beat Walter at a Evolve show.
Yeah.
How'd he do it? He avoided the chops.
Yeah. Travis
Sound
Banks.
Strategy.
Travis Banks, maybe.
I mean, it's a David and Goliath situation. You have Walter, who you book as unstoppable for a while, and then whoever gets that win over him, it's like whoever beats Brock. At least the theory was whoever beats Brock after that long title reign, that's going to be a huge rub for him.
Yeah.
It's the same idea with Walter if he gets it.
Yeah. Is it a big deal if Walter takes that title off of Pete Dunne, who's like significantly smaller than him?
Yeah, because Pete Dunne's almost had that title for 2 years.
Yeah. If Walter comes in and destroys Pete Dunne, I think that'd be great. If he destroys Pete Dunne, yeah.
But that's only if Pete Dunne's going to move on to NXT Prime.
Oh, that's actually my takeaway from the. I think if he was going to stay in NXT UK, that was another thing that I was thinking about. I'm like, wait a second, he's not taking indie dates anymore. He's not going to be in NXT UK very much longer.
I mean, he's just taking it easy. I don't think they do house shows for NXT UK, do they?
Yeah. No, I think they just do a lot of tapings.
They do the 2 days of tapings, and then you get the rest of the month off. That sounds like a pretty plum gig to me.
Yeah, maybe. I just heard when he said, "Hey, I'm taking the indie dates off." It's like, okay, well, that just means you're going to be in NXT Prime. I mean, we're going to find out like within a couple of weeks, but yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Yeah, that is an impressive title reign, though. I like that they're building that up a bunch.
Yeah.
So that's
going to be 2 years in May.
Man, my goodness gracious.
So maybe they let him have it for 2 years. Have an Okada-esque run with it.
Mm-hmm.
And
just drop my pen.
And then, he drops it to Walter.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I understand your point that they need to start elevating people, but
you're going to have heel and face alike underneath Walter and Pete Dunne if the scenario you're talking about comes to fruition.
I understand all that.
Which makes some amount of sense. There's no mid-card title.
They really need to build around their top stars and have them, especially if they're going to be working full-time with NXT UK, and that's British Strong Style. They need to be the focus of that show until it really gets his legs under it.
I don't know, man. I think Pete Dunne he feels like he's so above everything. He feels, I'll put it this way, he feels
like he should just bypass NXT and go straight to main. Honestly.
This is a worse situation in terms of Pete Dunne and everybody else than Brock Lesnar and everybody else on main.
Mm-hmm.
Like he feels he's that much above them, and that's kind of a problem because okay? Let me ask you something.
Well, I would say
Joe Coffey goes into Blackpool,
yeah,
and he loses. What does he do then?
Depends on the nature of his loss.
Why would he get a hard-fought battle? That's what it's going to be. Hard-fought battle.
Yeah.
He's not just going to
No,
know,
honestly. I mean,
hard
like,
fought
you know,
battle,
like
he
if
loses.
it's a situation where Gallus tries to interfere, backfires, he loses that way, something like that. If it's a hard fought battle, a somewhat contested finish, you can say, oh, you know, that didn't end fair and square, no DQ, last man standing, something like that.
And then what, though? And then what?
And then maybe he wins it then.
So you're just saying that they just put it on Joe Coffey then?
I'm just saying, I don't think Pete Dunne's losing on the 12th.
Yeah.
If he loses in May, whether it be to Joe Coffey or Walter or Jordan Devlin or somebody, I wouldn't be that surprised. I just feel like now, where they finally have a sense of where they're going creatively with this show, they're not going to have their top guy drop the top title so suddenly into the run of the program, especially now they finally kind of know what it seems like they're doing going forward.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't call it sudden. I'd say that they've actually built Gallus. Gallus is the one thematic team that they actually have.
But the show's been on what, 2 months, 3 months?
22 episodes.
Well, in terms of the calendar, 3 months. It's pretty quick.
22 episodes, man. 22 weeks is half a year of material. Half a year, man.
Almost.
So, anyways, let's get into this. First up, we're going to talk about. Wait. Where's the notes? We're going to talk about
always at.
NXT Prime.
Yeah, such as it was a clip show, so they showed highlights from various matches throughout the year and nominees for their year-end awards and all that stuff.
You told me last night that you freaked out when you saw it was 2
No, I
hours.
said at the beginning of the show, I thought it was 2 hours. Like, oh gosh, how am I going to watch all this stuff? That's 4 hours, and that's only with one NXT UK.
Yeah.
I can't stay up all night. I got to stay up all night tonight.
I know.
Speaking of which, we're going to be doing our reaction live stream for Wrestle Kingdom tonight, starting at 11 p.m.
That's
Pacific,
exciting stuff.
2 a.m. Eastern.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring my cure again,
Yes,
man.
please do.
I'm going to bring it
I'm
in.
going to need it. And what's the stuff someone said to get? The energy stuff that you can get at GNC?
I'm not getting any GNC.
Well, tell me what it is. But I might.
Amino energy.
Amino energy. I have to write that down.
Oh, please don't. I don't need your heart exploding. Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, I can handle my energy drinks fine, man.
This early start. You're getting old, man. This early start time for our live streams. I had a dream last night. I think
Not
because of
into
it.
To be honest with you, so far.
That you
Not into it.
That no, I can tell. I don't care though because it works. We get so much more accomplished. It's great.
Well, we just get the same amount accomplished. We just get to go home earlier.
No, we actually were here longer, so we get more done. That's the point.
Well, usually we're here from like 10:30 to 4:30, and yesterday we left at like 2:30. We got it. 9.
Yeah.
So it's
We're here
like a
longer.
half hour longer.
We're here longer. Anyways,
continue.
Look, if you want to start coming at 11, that's fine. But
And miss all the fun.
no, I had a dream last night that you started looking for another job.
Well, the way some of the YouTube stuff's going, that might be a distinct possibility in the future.
Somebody tweeted at me yesterday and said, "Hey, serious question. Why do you keep hinting that the show's gonna fold?" I was like, "It's just a joke." Going in.
Well,
Raw.
hopefully.
Going in Raw is fine. Anyways, moving on. NXT 2-hour clip. I'm sorry,
An hour and
50 minute clip show. And then we had Matt Riddle versus Kassius Ohno.
We had a really good 10-minute match between Matt Riddle and Kassius Ohno.
This is great, man. I love Matt
These
Riddle.
guys look like they were legit beating the heck out of each
And
other.
I love Kassius Ohno. I know this is brutal. It was stiff. It was physical. All the good words that I like to use to
a
describe
lot of
a match.
sentons.
Yeah.
Rib-crushing sentons, it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
The relatively... oh, no. This is the end of the match. Sorry.
Matt Riddle fired like immediately. He tried to go for the
knee again.
The one knee knockout
And
immediately.
Ohno got out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can watch Ohno kick and elbow people all day.
Mm-hmm.
He makes it look so convincing.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I
he's
agree.
actually making contact and destroying people. And then Riddle's a great seller.
That match that I got to see live at the Performance Center between Kassius Ohno and Stacey Irvin Jr. was, especially because that Stacey dude, he freaking sells crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be interesting when people get to see what he can do. Man, like some of those shots just look, I'm like, that didn't look fake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like every time Ohno makes contact, he's really good at,
Oh,
slapping
yeah,
the thigh
yeah,
and
for
stuff.
sure,
So it
yeah.
sounds like a thunderclap happens every time
Yeah.
he makes contact.
Who do you like better, good-natured Kassius Ohno or
Based on his performance after losing this match, it's definitely disgruntled Kassius Ohno.
disgruntled Kassius Ohno? That's my
Because
favorite thing.
the disappointment was all over his face. It wasn't just disappointment that he lost. He disappointed himself.
Yeah.
And the performance there was
Magnifique.
top notch.
I loved when he. So anyways, it's a hard fought match. Matt Riddle ends up getting the win.
Yeah, Ohno was dropping a bunch of sentons on Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle eventually caught him during a senton and put him in the bro mission. Some chops, some elbows. Eventually, Ohno taps. Riddle celebrating, dancing to his music. I mean, how can you not? It's very infectious.
Mm-hmm.
Ohno goes out of the ring. Matt Riddle offers a fist bump through the ropes. Ohno walks up the ramp, stops, turns around, returns to the ring.
Well, he turns around, and Matt Riddle, he's moved on with his life, so he starts dancing again.
And posing in the ring.
He's got the most ridiculous dance to his own music.
Yeah,
it's
great.
It's so great. It's so hilarious.
Inside the ring, Ohno takes a knee and offers a fist bump. Riddle seemingly accepts, and then Ohno grabs Riddle's arm and then throws him into the ring post.
Mm-hmm.
Outside the ring, another shot into the ring post. Dong. And then Ohno tosses Riddle into the ring steps, hits him with a roaring elbow, and then steps on his hair, raises his hand, and fist bumps him then.
Yeah, that was good stuff. I really liked when right in the lead up to Ohno throwing Riddle into the stairs, he like has his head right next to him and he's laughing. He's like, ha ha ha, bro, and he like throws him in there.
Great.
I thought it was really good, man. I think I really hope this kind of means that this feud will continue.
Oh, I think it will.
Because I want like a 25-minute takeover match.
Heck yeah.
That's what I want.
Heck
That's
yeah.
what I want to see.
Hour-long TV match.
Absolutely.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
This is good. A good showcase though for Matt Riddle right out of the gate, showing off his immense skills against a ring general like Kassius Ohno.
Heck yeah, man.
That in this song's fantastic. I wasn't into it first. I think they seem to chop down the number of bros in the song, so now it's just the one at the beginning.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Because that was the thing that got me. It was like every 45 seconds, bro, and they just took it out.
Gets a bit much.
It was like that one time Seth's song was all weird. Like every 12 and a half bars, burn it down. It's like someone screwed up the loop.
That was weird last night when I was watching UK 22. Like I looked at the time, goes.
It's an hour long, yeah.
And then an hour long.
50 minutes or 40 some minutes into the
45
show,
minutes into
the copyright thing showed up, and there's like random 20 minutes of Seth Rollins stuff.
Yeah, which was fascinating. I learned what his first wrestling name was, Gix.
Oh yeah,
which apparently was a Magic the Gathering thing. But he made note to say, I'm not a big fan of Magic the Gathering, but my brother is. And so I thought that was a cool name. Didn't last long. Then for one match, he was started with an M, something the Conqueror or something the Savage or something like that. And then they show all these pictures of him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's such a baby. Like he looks like any dude you could see it, like, Virgil Flynn or whatever. And then he went with Tyler Black. So anyways. It was cool though. He journeyed to the place where he had his very first matches.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
It was pretty cool.
No, I mean, if I had more time, I would have watched it.
I was like sitting there watching. I was like, I really need to stop watching this because I have like a ton of other stuff to watch.
Yes. Let's talk about NXT UK episode 21.
When are they doing? Because they haven't done any other tapings yet. They're probably doing that this week. New tapings for NXT.
I mean NXT TV? Yeah,
NXT Prime.
I think it would have to be this week. Yeah,
I would think so.
Well, yeah, that'd be today. Usually they do them on Thursdays.
Thursdays, yeah.
Or do they have another week? I remember, based on the spoilers, that I kind of skimmed through if they had another week in the can or not. Maybe not.
They might do so I didn't watch any of the clip stuff. The awards that they were doing, were those actually doled out or now the voting starts?
The nominees were announced, voting starts, and then the winners will be announced at TakeOver Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Oh, I remember how they did that last year. It was like all weird pre-show stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking to Pat McAfee or whatever. Anyways, NXT UK 21. Travis kicked off. Oh, you watched this. I did not watch this one.
Oh, you didn't watch this one? Show kicked off with Travis
it.
Banks versus Jamie Ahmed. I hadn't seen Jamie yet. They were talking about how he started wrestling when he was 12, and that he was viewed at one point as like one of the bright up and coming stars in the United Kingdom scene.
Yeah,
and they more or less said that he didn't live up to his early potential.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I guess what is his nickname, like Screwface or something like that?
That's awesome. I know Zach Gibson tweeted about him.
Oh yeah,
he said I'm really looking forward to this guy or something like that. And then I think he might have punctuated with something rude.
No, that sounds like
Liverpool's number
Zach
one.
Gibson. Anyways, yeah, Jamie Ahmed lost. Travis Banks hit Slice of Heaven, his like the Enziguri off the second rope.
Well, that's cool.
Picked up the win. Then Jordan Devlin comes out, drops a promo.
Oh, Karen says NXT tapings are tonight.
Okay,
6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific.
Gotcha. So we're getting spoilers late afternoon.
Are you going to feast your eyes on spoilers?
I always do. I skim them, and then I forget 90% of it. Jordan Devlin came out and said essentially, yeah, you're from New Zealand. You wear all this New Zealand stuff, but when's the last time you've actually been home?
Ooh.
I bet that your mother has forgotten the sound of your voice.
Heel with a good point.
He said, pretty saying, you don't love your country. Like, I love my country. Jordan Devlin says, I come here, collect a fat paycheck on my way back home to see my family, my friends every week.
Well,
what do you do?
It can't take that long to get from like London, say, to Ireland, right?
No, that can't take long at all. Whereas I'm
Probably.
sure London to New Zealand takes a good day.
Yeah, and then you're like traveling through time and stuff.
Yeah.
What a weird thing that is, this planet Earth. So that sounds cool. Did he then say that, what is it, the ace trumps everything or
No,
something?
he says never bet against the ace.
That's what it is, yeah.
Although he says the ace trumps everything too.
Yeah.
He's got to settle on a catchphrase. Next, we had Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan versus Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner. Again, they referred to them as the European Union. And Nigel made a Brexit reference.
Yes! 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 Oh, I love it. I love it. Dude, you know what I thoroughly really do love? Is that they are so all in on, so to speak, on making this a pretty UK thing.
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while they'll explain something, but most of the time they just let those references fly, man. I love it. They're not like pandering to the North American audience.
They're not.
So I like that.
This team of Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner is great. I think Marcel Bartel, after the British Strong Style guys, might be my favorite person in all of NXT UK.
Really?
He's so good.
He's really. I might have to watch
because
this
his
now.
promo, that backstage bit with Sid Scala and Eichner and Bartel, like Bartel's got a great voice.
He does. He's so handsome.
Yeah, yeah,
know.
and he's so smooth in the ring.
Yeah, he's really good.
Just the way he carries himself, he does. He communicates a lot by doing very little.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. In the end, Eichner pins Amir Jordan after a powerbomb German suplex combo. Fun match. I don't know why Eichner and Bartel aren't in this tag tournament. That seems to be cobbled together.
Well, we find out in the next episode.
No, I know why,
Yeah,
but it's the whole thing's still cobbled together as it is. Why not just?
We never got quarters. We never got quarterfinals.
No.
This should have been a quarterfinal.
Like a tournament should actually be, in theory, more than just 4 teams.
Like, I've never heard of people just advance. Like, it's just, oh, hey, guess what? You're in the semis.
It's like when the quarters
I had
happened.
no idea.
When was there a tournament ever?
Yeah. That's typically something you want people to prepare for.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, next we had Toni Storm and Diana Perazzo kind of arguing a little bit.
I saw this bit.
Because Diana goes to Tony and is like, hey, I really feel like I should be at TakeOver taking on Rhea Ripley. And Tony's like, no, I mean, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. And they kind of say, all right, we'll have a match anyways? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And
I saw it. Yeah, Tony was like, how about you prove it by having a match against me? It's like, yeah, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, and that was it.
Okay.
It was all fairly good natured.
I'll have a match.
Next, we had a Johnny Saint Sid Scala interview.
Oh, that's always a bright spot for me.
And then Joe Coffey interrupts, and he says he wants Pete Dunne at TakeOver. Spoiler alert, he gets Pete Dunne.
He gets Pete Dunne at TakeOver.
And then next, Candy Floss.
Candy Floss came back.
Yeah, versus Ginny.
Nice.
This is fun. Ginny wins with her Rainmaker kick type deal.
That's cool.
Touch of Couture.
I always like that.
Yeah. Ginny's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like her mat wrestling's really sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And the main event was Mustache Mountain versus Gallus. Didn't disappoint. Tyler Bate, I feel like, is getting even more jacked.
He is.
His legs are thicker. His upper body's filling out
his
more.
upper body, like I was stunned. There was some picture floating around on Instagram. I don't know what it was. I feel like it was like in the ring before a match or something. And I had to do a double take. I was like, oh, there's Pete Dunne. Who's that guy?
Yeah, his upper body's really filling out.
Yeah,
he always
man.
had pretty stout legs, but his upper body's getting massively jacked. There's a spot where Mark Coffey puts him in kind of a sleeper thing, and he kind of picks him up a little bit, and then grabs Wolfgang and German suplexes him while he's carrying Mark Coffey.
It's been like a cool little subtle story of Tyler Bates. Whenever he's in there, like he'll try tests of strength against bigger dudes.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great.
And he picked up Wolfgang for the airplane spin.
Oh,
easily.
okay, yeah.
He didn't do the squat. Sometimes he'll do a squat mid-spin. He'll stop before he rotates the opposite way and do a squat. He didn't do that this time.
I'm sure he probably could have, though. He is a big, strong boy. Larson.
He is.
Big, strong boy.
I wonder how much he can deadlift.
Probably a lot.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Probably a ton. Do you think he could deadlift both you and I together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like if it wasn't so like awkward.
Yeah. Because Because that'd be what?
Would we be face to face or
300
face to back of head?
No, head to foot.
Head to foot.
That way they'd be more balanced.
Okay. With shoes on, socks on, clean socks on.
Yeah,
How about
clean
that?
socks, yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Because that's what, probably 360 pounds, 370 pounds.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he does that with ease.
Yeah. People are like, okay, so the ratio here is Steve weighs 300 and Larson weighs 70. That sounds right. Moving on, Mustache Mountain versus Gallus. What happened, Larson?
Oh, yeah. So Gallus was getting put to him at a certain point, and then Mark Coffey starts waving for Joe to come down the ring. But he's facing the hard cam, and he's like doing this kind of stuff. So Joe comes to ringside. Cue Pete Dunne's music. He kind of quickly walks down the ramp to the ring, makes the save. There's a brawl. Mustache Mountain eventually hits a dragon suplex lariat combo on Wolfgang, I want to say. They get the win. As soon as the bell rings, Gallus attacks. Eventually, though, British Strong Style clear the ring. Pete Dunne grabs the mic. He accepts Joe Coffey's challenge at TakeOver. Mm-hmm. We have ourselves an NXT UK title match. WWE UK title match at TakeOver. And then Gallus gets back in the ring and everybody just brawls.
Nice.
So it wasn't a thing, thankfully, where Gallus gets run off out of the ring. Pete Dunne makes his announcement, and they just kind of stand out, flustered. Like the show ended, like the copyright thing came up with everybody brawling in the ring.
I love that. That's
You don't
great.
see that enough.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's
something
good.
you don't see often enough.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That Pete Dunne situation is going to be... Who's had a better... Like, regardless of what he does, who's had a better 12 months than freaking Pete Dunne? You know? Dude, he gets the biggest pops at TakeOver. That dude is...
Oh, he's money.
He's next level, man.
He could very easily bypass NXT Prime, go straight to main. I don't think it's going to happen, but...
I find it hard to believe they're going to keep him milling about there in NXT UK. He's too big, and he's too... And just the fact that, like, when you say, all right, all my indie dates are done... It's like, well, why would he keep on with NXT UK? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, they got to be just bringing him up to NXT Prime, and that's it.
No, I feel like the show's still relatively young. They're going to build around him in British Strong Style. At least till the summer.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
At least till the summer.
Anyways, before we move on, here's a word from the sponsor for today's episode, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that delivers step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients to your door.
HelloFresh does all the planning, shopping, and prepping and lets you enjoy delicious home-cooked meals. Each meal takes about 30 minutes to prepare, and they each call for less than 2 pots and pans, and I don't like doing dishes, so
Who does?
I'm all about minimal cleanup.
HelloFresh offers 3 meal plans to choose from, classic, veggie, or family, and you can switch between the options whenever you like. Get out of the recipe rut and start cooking outside your comfort zone by discovering new, delicious recipes with HelloFresh.
We had a chance to try HelloFresh, and it's our favorite meal kit delivery service. The wide variety of recipes offered is impressive, and the food is fantastic.
Magnifique.
And right now, Friendos can take advantage of HelloFresh's special offer for 2019. Get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80, all one word, and using promo code GoingInRaw80. That's all one word.
It's basically like receiving 8 meals for free. Go to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80, promo code GoingInRaw80.
And thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's show. And you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80. That's 80, and using promo code GoingInRaw80.
Next up, we had NXT UK 22. Which
this first match was great.
Oh, man, this is awesome. Which kicked off with Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. I like this because first it started out as kind of a friendly. Lots of like sort of mat-based wrestling. Nobody getting too snippy with each other. And then all of a sudden, Deonna Purrazzo checked the crap out of Toni Storm.
Well, Toni extended her hand to shake it after a good back and forth. And then Deonna Purrazzo, I think, kicked it.
Oh, that's right. She kicked it away.
She kicked it.
Yeah.
And then, things got a little chippy after that.
Rude, yeah. Purrazzo was really going after Toni Storm's, what was her elbow?
Yeah, her left arm.
Yeah.
Setting her up for the arm bar.
The master of the
Fujiwara arm bar.
Arm bar. That's right. So yeah, things get pretty choppy. You get a lot of chops. Toni Storm is really, she keeps on trying to go for that Storm Zero. Or wait, what's the other one? It was Storm Zero.
Storm Zero here, yeah, but then her arm would give out.
Yeah.
Eventually, towards the end, though, she
hit it.
Found enough strength left in that left arm to hit it.
Yeah.
Really good match.
She gets the win. Rhea Ripley comes out. She gets up on the apron.
Kind of shows the title to her.
This is the title.
Talks some trash, but we can't hear it because
My
has
title.
a microphone.
Tony, not gonna get it, Tony. It's my best Rhea Ripley impression.
All right.
So, anyways, backstage or like in a hallway or something. That was backstage.
Their office has a number on the door. You notice that? It's number 7.
Well, that's got to change at the next venue, right?
Oh, I would think so.
Somebody needs to
Either
take
no
that
number or a different number.
or somebody just takes the 7
and puts it on there.
and
Like they had
puts
that
it on there.
Like on Raw and SmackDown for like 2 weeks. They had the same painting in the background. I wish they would have continued with that.
Right, exactly. For some reason, Sid Scala was kind of whispering here. Radzy's like, Sid, I just love. Let me ask you something real quick. Sid Scala's presence, is it because like Johnny Saint doesn't really want to deal with lines, isn't good at reading lines?
I think it's the latter. I think he's just not good at delivering lines. As we saw when he announced, what was it? He announced something. He came out this episode and said, oh, yeah, when he came out and made Mastiff versus Eddie Dennis at TakeOver No DQ, he like got the order of the title of TakeOver wrong and stuff like that. NXT Blackpool UK TakeOver. I mean, he's got a very headmaster vibe, which works, especially when Skip Scala tries to do something and no one pays attention to him. He just says, hey, you get out of here. This is how it's going to be, which is fine. It works.
Yeah, and he said you're dismissed a lot, too.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. Again,
good.
headmaster vibe.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah. Anyway. So if he comes out and is just stern and delivers a sentence or two, it's fine. And Sid Scala has to do all the real dirty work, you know.
Right.
It works.
But he's great at it.
Yeah, he is.
And it's given Sid Scala a job, so that's awesome. Anyways, he announces the second semifinal match. It's Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews versus Liverpool's number 1 and Liverpool's number 1 tour guide, Zach Gibson.
And Liverpool's number 1 tourist. Based on the tour of Liverpool last week. James Drake.
There is no... God, that was so funny. There was no, like...
no questions.
No affirmation from James Drake.
No.
Just soaking in the information.
Head slightly cocked up.
And now, here's the thing is, when James Drake is at, like, little parties... The only information he has to contribute, if the subject turns to Liverpudlian history, is as it pertains to that tour.
Yeah, no.
He's going to say, yeah, the Liverbirds are great.
The two stops they made.
But, you know, Zach Gibson, he's the actual legend. People are gonna be like, what is this guy talking about?
Zach Gibson, who?
Who is the Zach Gibson guy?
Does this guy not know the Beatles from Liverpool? Like, I've never been to Liverpool, but I feel like I know more about the city than this guy does. Cavern Club. I know all about that.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. I got to go back and watch that tour again.
All right. Next, we had Josh Morrell, who Eddie Dennis body slammed the top of the ramp a couple weeks back.
Turbo.
Last
Week. He had turbo on his pants.
Yeah, just last week. It feels like an eternity ago, though. And he took
it
on.
was 15 episodes ago last week.
Took on Wild Boar. Wild Boar is fun. It reminds me a lot of Kevin Sullivan.
I could see that. Plus the supernatural aspect of things. I love Wild Boar.
Wait, Wild Boar is not supernatural. He's just like
what? He's got deep black eyes. He's got no white in his pupils or in his
contact
eyes.
lenses, man.
Well, Kevin Sullivan wasn't actually supernatural. He just had fog machines and a goofy robe.
You want to say that again? What?
He had fog machines and a goofy robe.
He's
like a 5'4". He's a good booker, though, right? Wasn't he? He was a decent booker, I think
he was okay.
I think he did good stuff. Wild Boar actually...
He's a supernatural gift to book wrestling.
Oh, man.
Anyways, Wild Boar won with the frog splash. I mean, this Wild Boar guy is pretty fun to watch because he moves quick for a guy kind of stouter. Mm-hmm. And he does a lot of jumping stuff. Like he does that senton to people when they're on their hands and knees. That looks like that could shoot hurt.
Yeah. No, I like this. It was the Turbo guy. According to Nigel McGuinness, the Turbo guy Morel had 8 years of parkour. I didn't know the concept of parkour extended past beyond 8 years ago though. People jumping around.
No, I think
and
so.
stuff.
Yeah, it did.
No, I'm sure it did. I just remember it being a thing.
Because Mirror's Edge came out in 2008, 2009.
Time has just gone. That's what it is. Time has just gone by way too quick.
That's true.
It's crazy.
Next, we have another Joseph Connors promo. This looks like it could have been a different take what they had last week. because it was more or less covering the same
It
ground,
wasn't
just
even a
different take.
continuation. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like a different take.
Yeah. He said the thing is everybody said it was their NXT UK, and then he says that's a lie. And then he brings up the shiny new toys thing. I feel like they're just stealing from the Kassius Ohno stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
But I like Joseph Conner. He delivered it really well.
Yeah, he does. And again, it was pretty cinematic. He was looking screen right.
Yeah.
Profile.
Yeah.
Next, Travis Banks promo. He's like, Jordan Devlin, you don't think I love my country? I love my country.
He's like, I drape myself in the flag.
Yeah.
Like, I go to the, So, he loves his country.
It'll be a good match, though.
It'll be a really good
Great match. Give him 25 minutes. And next, my favorite part of the whole show, Fabian Eichner, Marcel Bartel getting to Sid Scala's face about why they're not in the semifinals of this tag team tournament. And the whole time Marcel Bartel's talking, he's got one hand behind his back.
Yeah.
He's got such a great voice.
Do they have a good point? Why? Like, because they think that Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews should not be in that match against Liverpool's number one, and then the other guy.
Subjectively, I like Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner more than Flash Morgan Webster and Mark
Sure.
Andrews. So subjectively, I agree with them. However, objectively, if you're looking in terms of how wrestling is booked, it'd be a heel team versus a heel team, and that's just not going to happen.
No. We don't do that here. We look at kayfabe only. So in kayfabe,
No, then Sid Scala's point, they've had one match with the tag team.
that's exactly right. They've had one match. They were just sort of thrown together. Well, granted, everybody else was, but
Now, if they had done this like 3 weeks prior and still only had one match, then I think they'd be fine. They'd have a good point.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I feel like Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster have had like 2 matches.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, man. And I appreciate Sid Scala, who's about 150 pounds
Yeah, like about
lighter
5'5",
than
maybe.
either of these guys.
Yeah.
He's sticking to his guns right there.
Yep. He was
And
not intimidated.
Even though he looked like super shorter than them, I still feel like he was standing on like a crate to get to like within, even 3 feet of their heads because he's so tiny and they're so big.
He's a pretty small guy.
Yeah, but no, this was great.
Marcel Bartel's got to be what, 6'3"? He looks pretty tall.
I think he's only 6.
Oh, maybe Fabian Eichner's not that
Because
tall.
here's the thing. Yeah, I think that's the thing.
All right.
Hey, look, check this out. Look, I got on that thing.
Oh, lava.
So much lava for
Cool.
the overrun titles.
Cool.
I think it was just because he's been fighting really smaller guys.
That could be.
But I think I looked it up once because I was like, oh,
He seems tall.
yeah, because he's always, let's see, I think he's only, oh, no, you're right. He's 6'3". Okay, no, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Look at that.
He's very reminiscent of Zack Sabre Jr. in terms of height.
Yeah. What? New patron, Perry Smythe.
Oh, thank you very
much. Welcome to the club. What? Oh, and Sailor Larry. Wow.
Thank you,
cool.
Sailor Larry.
Okay. What name do you like better? Because in Germany he went by Axel Dieter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like better, that or Marcel Bartel?
They're both good.
I like Marcel Bartel, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're both good.
Not huge on adding a junior to your name. I have a junior at the end of my name.
That you never add to it.
Right. Only like tax season or DMV stuff.
When you have to in an official capacity.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sid Scala tells him, no, you're not going to be in the tag tournament. Next, we got Dave Mastiff versus Eddie Dennis. This more or less disintegrated into a brawl, and then someone shoved the ref. I couldn't place who.
They both did. So they were both going at it. And did this bug you, this ref? Because I know you've been on a tear with refereeing lately. This guy, now this, I haven't really agreed with you on the other stuff, but this guy, so they're just going at it, right? They're just fighting.
Yeah, why are
they're
you trying to
doing
break
what
it up?
they're supposed to do.
No one's in the corner.
He gets in
No one's
their
against the ropes.
business,
Yeah.
and as part of their general brawling, they both sort of kick him back, and then he calls for the bell.
Yeah, he had no grounds to really break it up.
This guy,
Let him brawl.
you check your ego at the door. You're there for one purpose, to call this match down the middle, to give the people who paid their money for a ticket, to the best of your ability, an actual finish to a match.
Yeah. No, I mean, if they were in the corner against the ropes, then yeah, break it up. That's the rules. If they're in the middle of the ring just throwing hands, let them throw hands.
Well, I don't get it. Boy, oh boy, I don't know who this guy is. Definitely wasn't Drake younger, Drake Wirtz.
Yeah, Drake
He
Wirtz.
was working the
Yeah,
Toni Storm match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been all over these tapings.
Yeah.
So yeah, they double DQ. The brawl continues inside the ring, outside the ring. Eventually, they get them separated, and then Johnny Saint comes out and says, "Well, this is how we're gonna do it. Mm-hmm. No disqualification. Takeover NXT Blackpool UK."
Yeah.
And then we had our main event segment, the contract signing between Joe Coffey and Pete Dunne. And this was good stuff. Joe Coffey is a good mic guy. I I like that they didn't come out dressed in any sort of ring gear.
No, me too.
Street clothes.
Well, I loved his first line too. He said, he sits down and he says, "This is like when two heads of two firms come together to discuss business." I think firms is the British way of saying like gangs or something like that. Yeah. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Because it kind of did have that feel to it.
Yeah.
I also liked when he said that Scala and Johnny Saint were they're just hovering.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like you're invading my personal space. Back up.
Yeah.
And then they backed up.
Yeah.
Who tells the principal back up?
Joe Coffey does.
He does.
He does.
See, to me, that's championship material right there.
I'm saying in normal circumstances, I would agree. However, this is Pete Dunne we're talking about.
I know they need I just really think they need a mid-card title. You've got too many people, and then you've got Pete Dunne and then Walter waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
You need a mid-card title,
they
man.
do.
You really do.
So Joe Coffey went on this pretty long promo that was really good. He signs the contract, and as he's finished signing, Pete Dunne grabs his hand, lifts it up, breaks the fingers.
I love Joe Coffey's look of panic when Pete Dunne grabbed his hand.
Yeah.
He's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
and he did that.
And then Pete Dunne grabs the mic and says, "Joe, you talk too much. I'll see you in Blackpool." He signs the contract. Gallus comes down. Pete Dunne focuses on them, allows Joe Coffey an opportunity to kind of get his wits back, and he power bombs Pete Dunne through the table.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
End show with 20 minutes left.
And what's his face? Coffey standing tall with that title.
Yep. And then finally, 205 Live. I really feel like something's really missing from 205 Live now without Mustafa Ali there.
Hey, we had two really good matches.
They were two really good matches. Doesn't feel like the same show, though.
Well, here's the thing. They haven't used – the problem is this. They haven't used Buddy Murphy as a foundational piece for the show. Cedric Alexander as champion was a much-needed glue for 205
I think
Live.
both him and Mustafa Ali.
The universe – well, see, here's the thing. Cedric was the champion, and you had multiple stories that sort of was going on around him. And one of them was Mustafa Ali, and one of them was Buddy Murphy, one of them was like Lio Rush, and it all revolved around that title. And they stopped doing that when Buddy Murphy came to the scene, and he got the championship, and they just everything's sort of off track right now. Then Mustafa Ali is gone.
You know what it is there's not really any face on 205 Live whose sole goal is to get the title, other than maybe Cedric. Kalisto, he's moonlighting between 205 Live and Raw. Akira Tozawa, he's just as much focused on Drew Gulak as anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is like a face on 205 Live? Kendrick's helping out Tozawa.
Yeah.
There's just not really any face that's like, I want to be champion right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem. Actually, I can't really think of anybody in the episode last night whose primary goal is to be champion.
Yeah.
Other than Cedric.
And all we saw of the champion was he was watching TV with Tony Nese.
I like that. Tony Nese was shaking up his
protein
drink or whatever in his shaker. That was pretty great the whole first time.
Yeah, that was good. And somebody offered him a cup, and he's like,
yeah. So Buddy Murphy takes a drink. He's like,
so that's good stuff. Like, look, would I like to see a Tony Nese, Buddy Murphy, like, gym comedy?
oh, hell yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But he's not like they don't book him. They don't use him storyline wise as the centerpiece of the show.
No,
and that's totally what Cedric was because he had stories with everybody.
Yeah,
and then that just made all of their stories, including Mustafa Ali, as you pointed out, even the stronger.
And they have not really done that good of a job of building up anybody really. Like Lio Rush should be a title contender at this point.
Yeah, but he's such a heavy influence on what's going on with Raw.
No, I know, and that's why they haven't done it.
Right.
But this feels like 205 Live feels like an obligation for him.
Well, 205, that's the thing, man, is that I think that 205 Live, and I don't know, I'm really interested to know the story of Mustafa Ali's going from 205
getting called
Live
up essentially, yeah,
to SmackDown. Like, who was involved? Who made the decision? Was there any pushback? Because he was such a vital part of 205 Live.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, honestly, man, I don't know. It just, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if this was sort of, I don't know, one way to get that title to Raw or something, and then they fold 205. I hope not. I don't want that to happen because I don't want people to be without jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. You're right. It does feel like something's missing. Maybe they just need to reshuffle the pieces. Maybe they need to bring somebody over to.
Well, that's what Drake said. They're going to bring some new faces at 205 Live.
Yeah.
So Wonder who that's going to be.
I don't know. Anyways, the episode kicked off with a really long and really fun. They did do the thing though. I do appreciate that there was only 2 matches and they're both really long.
Yeah.
Kalisto versus Lio Rush. Now, there's going to be a fatal 4-way match for the title.
The Rumble, yeah.
And then there's matches here to determine who goes on, the next 3 people to go on.
Correct.
Kalisto versus Lio Rush this week, and Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa, and then next week Cedric Alexander versus Hideo Itami.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we got Kalisto versus Lio Rush. Sadly for Lio Rush, the numbers game, or at least those noisemakers.
He was really easily distracted by
a house party. He was acting like a parent with a toddler who just keeps on acting up.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was about to hit that. He hit a couple of kicks towards the finish. I mean, the match was just chock full of a bunch of crazy. This is like the match that I really want to see. All sorts of crazy, flippy stuff.
Well, it was, but it wasn't constantly.
It wasn't show-offy. It wasn't show-offy.
Kind of like the main story going through it was this is the first time Lio was in the ring with someone that can keep up with him in terms of quickness.
Yeah.
And so he had to adjust his strategy. So he tried to ground Kalisto essentially.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the roster 205 Live. So we have Tozawa, who's a face, Kendrick, who's now a face, Cedric, who's a face, Noam Dar, who's a face. Everyone else is a heel. I don't count Mark Andrews because he hasn't been on in months. So we have 4 faces. And only one of them really seems driven by getting the title, Cedric. And then we have Daivari, Buddy, Drew, Gallagher, Hideo Itami, Lio Rush, Mike Kanellis, TJP, and Tony Nese, who are all heels.
Wow. They really should have turned Tony Nese face.
Mm-hmm.
They really should have done
That's
that.
what I was fully expecting when
I know,
Drake
me
says
too.
we're the new challenger for you. You're going to take on Tony Nese.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah. That's weird. They should have done that. So who do you think they can bring into 205 Live?
Tyler Breeze.
Why that'd be a bad idea. Not if they're going to go with my idea of turning Fandango into Johnny Curtis and just shooting him to the moon.
Oni Lorcan.
Yeah, Oni Lorcan. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
Unless they're going to send Finn Balor to 205.
Oh God, don't ever say that. What is your problem?
Or Dolph.
Yeah. That doesn't interest me either.
He'd probably sooner quit the company than do that.
You're probably right about that. Well, I don't know, man. If they send him to 205 Live and he's still making $1.5 million,
Oh, I know.
That's just cheddar. That's
I
just
know.
cash for doing
Gravy.
nothing. Yeah, and he probably put on some of the best matches of his career.
Maybe.
That'd be interesting.
As you mentioned, the Kalisto won after a Salida del Sol. There was a spot where...
So, yeah, Lio lays in 2 really nasty kicks to Kalisto. That lays him out. He goes he's about to go to the top to land one of those splashes of his. One of those
Final
frog
hour.
splashes. Yeah, the final hour. And then Lince Dorado starts jamming on the noisemaker, and Lio Rush says, "Hey, you stop it." And then he's like, "No," and he does it again.
Well, then Grand Metalik starts doing it.
He starts doing it. Then Lio Rush kicks one of them out of the dude's hand.
Yeah.
Lince Dorado gets mad at that.
Well,
they start jawing back and forth.
He kicks one of I think it was Lince into Grand Metalik.
Oh yeah.
And then I think one of the things went flying.
Yeah.
And so Lince gets mad, and Leo's in the ring like saying, "Come on, hit me, I win, hit me, come on."
Yeah.
And he doesn't do
Grand
it.
Metalik is trying to because Lince wants to. He's like swinging at him. Grand Metalik is taking him away. That takes a good 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Kalisto comes to, hits Salida del Sol,
Gets
and
the win.
gets the win. So he moves on. Kind of surprising. I totally thought that.
Yeah, I would have thought Lio Rush. But if Lio Rush had won, it'd been like 3 heels and 1 face in the match. So
After that, we had there's another surprising one. Drew Gulak interview where she asked him, was it Kayla? Kayla asked him, do you consider yourself the underdog here? And he just basically laughed it off.
Yeah,
and said, I would use many words to describe me, but that's not one of them.
yeah.
So
Akira will step to me, he will tap out.
Yeah.
And then we get this quick shot of Tozawa sparring with Brian Kendrick.
with Spanky.
Yeah, he's got the old Spanky jacket with the tassels on it now too.
Yeah.
Next, we got a Drake Maverick promo where he says, new faces coming to 205 Live. He's called general managers for all various brands. Fresh faces here on 205 Live.
Various brands.
Yeah. So I guess it'd be Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
Hey, that Dolph Drew match, that could be a blow off.
Maybe. I'm sure it was a blow off, but
Well, we know they're not getting Ray.
no.
That's not going to happen. Tyler Breeze is a definite possibility.
Yes.
That's a definite possibility.
Yes.
And again, we'll probably get some huge matches from him.
What about Sin Cara? He's going to be returning from injury soon.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he's scheduled to go back on injury a month later because that's what he does.
That's a good month of decent matches they can get from Sin Cara.
Good point. So Sin Cara.
Oni Lorca maybe, but him and Danny Burch are a pretty solid.
They're up for like an
tag
award.
Team. Yeah, so he's not going anywhere.
No, he's not going.
Ricochet's not going anywhere.
Oh, hold on a second. You're right, but let's not be silly. He's not stepping anywhere near 205
I hope
Live.
not. I'm not in NXT UK.
Yeah,
maybe.
Just dude. Once Mark Andrews and the other kid,
Flash Morgan Webster,
once they lose, Mark Andrews needs to head to 205 Live. I need some more 205 Live matches with him.
Yeah.
There's too many guys over in NXT UK.
Yeah.
Got to relieve some of that pressure.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys. They keep on bringing new people out every week.
Him. I mean, there's a lot of like cruiserweight looking dudes over there too. So just relieve that pressure. Mark Andrews, give me 3 cruiserweights from the UK scene.
All right, 1 second. I'll name 3 cruiserweights for you.
And not Jordan Devlin. That guy's a big star.
Yeah, he is a huge star. Kenny Williams. This tag team between him and Amir Jordan doesn't be working out because Amir Jordan tagged himself in and took
They're
the pin.
terrible. Kenny Williams.
Kenny Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews.
How big is Ashton Smith?
He's too big.
He's too big?
Yeah. What about Joseph Connors?
Get Joseph Connors out of there.
I think he'd be good over there.
No, I mean, he's going to be an NXT UK champion.
Eddie Dennis. He has to drop like 10 pounds. He'll be 205 pounds. Oh, Ligero.
Oh, man, that's perfect. Ligero from Leeds.
I'd rather go with Eddie Dennis, though. I think that'd be funnier.
Anything to do with Eddie Dennis is funny. That's the thing about Eddie Dennis.
Yes.
He's great.
After that, we had Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa. Another good match.
Really long. It was like a half-hour match, man. This is forever. But, yeah, this is a really, really fun match. In the end, that fool Drew Gulak was trying to do a superplex.
Yeah.
That's not in your wheelhouse, man.
Feet on the ground, safe and sound.
Yeah, dude. A new and better 205 Live. Come on, stick to your guns.
I do like that consistently when he
you get the leg shakes.
more or less violates his own principles, he loses.
Well, yeah, and his legs start shaking.
Compromises his principles, he loses.
It's like, you can't do that stuff, Drew. But yeah, it was a really long match, really brutal. They went to the outside, went to the inside. They got on the ground. They went in the air. But in the end,
after like 3 tries, eventually Tozawa got his top rope senton off. Actually, he did it before, where he goes to the top rope because Drew is really working over his leg. He jumps, and then Drew catches him, puts him in the gulag, and then Akira rolls the ropes. But yeah, eventually he hits the top rope senton for the win.
Yeah.
That wasn't the end of the show, though. We got a brief promo from Cedric Alexander, and then another one from Arya Daivari and Hideo Itami.
So Wild Boar, Al Krabby here says Wild Boar for 205 Live.
Oh, maybe.
He's super short.
He's super short, yeah.
But he's also very stout.
But he's also super short.
Go ahead, look it up.
What's his name? Wild Boar Mike.
Mike Hitchman.
I don't know if he's got he's got this.
Do they have stats on there?
Yeah, they do sometimes.
WWE's
Superstar
page.
stats.
Look at that. Tell me he's not a supernatural being.
All right, well, no stats. I mean, you can kind of guess.
Superstar stats. It's just
No
his
stats.
name.
No stats. Let's see here. 5'6", 180. So yeah.
180?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, that'd be great because that's different.
Oh yeah. Someone just goes out there and wrestles with complete reckless abandon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, he's got some cool looking merch.
Yeah, this one's not bad.
Yeah. That one's kind of weird, but it's cool.
I don't know what any of this means.
Blaina's own. Okay, Wayne Maker and Alex C. What does this mean? Blaina's own Wild Boar, Boar of War.
Well, I get the rest of it. I just don't know what that.
Blaina's probably just a place.
Yeah, probably.
Where's Blaina?
Wait, it said here where he was from, I think. Oh, he's based in South Wales, so maybe Blaina's in South Wales.
Okay.
That could be it.
Right on.
Anyways, do you want to open some mail?
Yeah, we have a lot of mail.
Should we just get through all this?
Yeah, dude, let's do it all. Oh, I'll do this one. You do that one. This one is from our good friendos at Wait, there was one here from.
No, that's from Draft House Games.
This
Says
is from
right
Draft House.
there.
Where
Says
is
right there,
it?
Draft House
Oh
Games.
my goodness gracious!
There's 2 from Draft House Games.
Oh my goodness! Love that Draft House. Whoa, a book! Oh, nice!
Oh, cool.
It's the Shinsuke Nakamura book.
Cool.
Oh man, that's so awesome! Thank you so much. Oh, that's great.
Ooh, this. Here, take one of those.
Okay, who's this from? Do we know?
It says James Cowie on it.
Oh, I think I might know what this is.
Fragile.
Do
Oh, Christmas ornaments.
I? Ha ha! Look at that.
Oh man, that's cool.
It's Goldberg. It's a Goldberg Christmas ornament.
We got Styles.
I gotta put. You know what I gotta do? I gotta put the Christmas tree over there in our gaming setup,
Valor Club.
or I'll put it up so it's Christmas all the time over there.
Yeah.
Or at our live stream station. Oh, here, look at this. It's the Undertaker.
New Day.
I've got a Christmas ornament,
Great.
and this Christmas ornament will put you down like a dog.
Dun, 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 dun. Lesnar.
Ric Flair. Woo! Probably should have picked these things up
Hardys.
last week.
Oh man, look at that purple. That's a great purple.
Hot Rod. Oh, look at that. That's
That's a
good.
great vibrant purple there. These are great.
We got one. Kurt Angle.
And then John Cena. Do 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 do.
Oh,
Those
look
are
at this
awesome.
one. Look, it's Austin 316. Said Happy Christmas, you dumb son of a. So that's awesome.
Those are fantastic. Thank you very much.
I got this one right here. John Cena.
This is another one from Draft House Games.
Whoa. So I don't know who this is from,
Oh dang.
but this is awesome.
Oh. Look at Draft House Games. Send us a WWE toaster.
Nice.
I'll bring some bread tonight.
Oh, heck yeah. That's
You know
awesome.
They have a waffle maker too.
I did know that. Oh, I'm very excited about that
That's very
particular
cool.
product.
Toast 2 slices. Bring some bagels in tonight. You don't know who it's from.
And there's no, usually they have like a little note in here. I know our friendo Josh Little did send us something. So this is from Josh Little. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you so much.
It's the Young Bucks and Kenny. It's the elite, the real elite.
Yes.
Does that bug you at all that Kenny Omega was original elite and now he's not in elite? He's sort of been usurped by Cody.
Well, I think for business purposes, yeah. Outside
Well,
of
yeah.
New Japan, but in New Japan, he was still very much elite.
Who had it? Sportskita or Sportster or something like that was saying that Kenny has not rejected. Evidently, when we were reading that Meltzer thing, how it said 3 out of the 4,
Yeah.
3 of 4 of them, and one way we read it was
3 of the 4 were offered 7 money deals. Yes.
the Sportskita thing said 3 of 4 of them
Were offered.
and one of them hasn't turned it down. And Kenny apparently hasn't turned down, and apparently he's being heavily recruited by Xavier Woods because they're like laying out a plan for him to be celebrity gamer to the next thing, which Kenny has said in the past. He's like super interested after he wrestles in being a celebrity gamer.
Yeah.
And $3.5 million. $3.5 million plus celebrity gamer. Kenny Omega to 205 Live? Confirmed?
No.
Oh!
To have new music.
If Tanahashi wins tonight,
Yeah.
Kenny Omega
Well,
confirmed.
he's gone, but I don't know where. I don't know if it's confirmed WWE or if he's
You
going
would-
to All Elite.
Oh, he's not going. He's not going all elite, dude. No, no. But I guess the question is, if Tanahashi wins,
Yeah.
do you think that's solid? Kenny leaves? Because I don't think that means
No, I
solid
don't.
he
I don't
leaves.
think it's solid. He leaves. They're just. I think it's just New Japan protecting every
Possible
eventuality.
contingency?
Yeah, just protecting themselves.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Michael Law, 2011. What do you when Nakamura left? Granted, his opponent Wrestle Kingdom was AJ Styles, who was also leaving.
They
He
just-
just
they
dropped the belt
yeah,
the
they-
next night
yeah.
at New Year's Dash. Mr. Michael Law, 2011. Hey, friend, I'm getting oral surgery done soon, so I'll probably be under by the time you read this. Who are your number one picks for All Elite Wrestling and why? Too sweet. Number one picks, I would assume he means...
Okay, so
we're doing an All Elite draft?
Yeah, let's do a draft. Like, you can't take anybody from Impact.
Yeah.
Nobody from Impact.
No one from Ring of Honor.
Nobody from Ring of Honor.
No one from New Japan.
And we already know, so like we can't really like SCU and the Young Bucks and Cody obviously
and Hangman.
And then Marty Scurll obviously in April if that is when his contract's up.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I don't know whose contract is up.
I don't either.
Like, are there other people we know of in New Japan whose contract is coming up?
I mean,
like
Kushida,
at the end of January.
Kushida was up in January at some point.
But I imagine if you, I don't know, man.
Oh, Pac. Number one pick for me is Pac.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Definitely Pac.
I wonder if Pac just wants to sort of float around first,
could be.
Or just go like straight to. Sorry, excuse me. Go straight to New Japan.
Or maybe he doesn't want to go to New Japan. I don't know. Or if he can, I don't know what the nature of his deal with Dragon Gate is.
I don't know. I don't know any of these things.
Don't know anything.
I don't think you know anything, and I don't think I know anything.
But Pac.
I really want to quote him now.
Pac. Josh Little, awesome starting soon graphic. Thank you. He says later on these were from him. Thank you very much,
man,
Josh.
thank you so much,
Amazing.
Josh. These
Thank
are
you.
fantastic.
Jeffrey Nguyen says, I was at that Evolve show. Walter chopped the post and Cole went after his injured hand. Smart strategy.
Smart, baby.
The Moon's rival going to a house show this Sunday. Cena is going to tag with Finn. That's cool.
That is cool, man. That's huge.
Jason Jimerson, am I the only one who finds it funny that Vic and Nigel continuously mispronounces Marcel Bartel's name on NXT UK?
Do they say Barthel?
Maybe.
I thought they said Bartel.
Maybe it's supposed to be Barthel. Because that's what they say at NXT too, is Marcel Bartel.
Yeah, I just get it from there. I figure that's how you say it.
Cody Miles, you guys doing Impact Homecoming predictions? I guess that is this weekend. No, we're not doing that.
Dude, I don't follow it. Like, there is a spell. You know, man, you got to give me some effort points. I really did try with Impact.
You tried.
I tried. I'm telling you, man, get it? But, dude, here's the thing. Now I have even less incentive because they're moving to Pursuit.
First episode on Pursuit's Friday, the 11th.
I can't. How? What?
No, I mean, we can't even watch it. We can't watch it. It's not available in our area.
It's now at a point where it's not even a matter of do I have the time
or do I have the desire.
It's how am I supposed to watch
it's just not a possibility, Steve.
Diddly doodler.
Just can't do it.
Here in the Discord, which you can get access to on the Patreon for $1. What was Tony Nese shaking in his shaker bottle, and why did it take 20 minutes plus to shake it?
Some sort of protein or amino acid blend, I would think.
Amino energy drink.
Maybe. And you want to make sure you get the powder all dissolved in the water, otherwise you get chunky protein stuff, and it's not good.
Oh, yeah, dude. You don't want big chunks. Big Money GM, best predictor in the Discord, says Seth's second name was Taj the Destroyer. That segment from their YouTube series formerly known as. They've also done Bailey, Ruby Riott, Luke Harper, and Matt Hardy. I'll have to look at all that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I had heard about that. I had heard about the formerly known as, and it's really well produced.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, man. They got some stellar people working that documentary angle over there.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
Penultimate Tommy Wiseau, would you wear a tuxedo as a fan to a wrestling event? Depends on the event. Hopefully my Suzuki gift arrives sometime this week. A Suzuki gift.
That's exciting.
That is incredible.
Cody Miles breaks this news. 2 weeks in a row, SmackDown beat Raw in the ratings. SmackDown averaged 2.091.
Raw couldn't even get over 2 million.
And Raw got 1.968. John Cena means ratings.
Yeah, I guess so.
Also, that was on New Year's Day, and Raw was on New Year's Eve. Is that
most people
correct?
are doing. But but then the New Year's Eve Raw ratings were higher than the Christmas Eve Raw ratings. You'd think people would be out, partying and such on New Year's Eve as opposed to.
Yeah, no, I know.
Who knows?
Jimmy Thomas here says, what about Sid Scala to 205 Live? Look, I love Sid Scala. They need him in the UK.
Yes.
You need somebody to talk because Johnny Saint evidently doesn't want to.
James Fletcher, is John's redemption getting the NXT title or helping Alistair get the title back?
John Saint?
No, Johnny Gargano. Get the title back since he cost him the title. I would think Gargano's redemption would involve, he thinks it's him getting the title, but I think it would actually be helping Alistair get his title back. That's the true redemption story. Because if he gets the title, it's probably going to be by dipping further into Ciampa's means.
I'm going to suggest this. if they continue that story for another year, I'm not even sure that we know necessarily right now what his redemption would look like.
No, we don't know for sure.
Because if DIY gets back together and they run, if he wins that North American title and they truly do run roughshod, and I don't know what it looks like for Johnny Gargano to stop and say, what have I done? What have I done? Whatever that breaking point is, that's what he has to fix. I think it's more complex at this point than just getting Alistair his title back or getting the title from Ciampa.
No, I think it is more complex than that. But I think that if you want a physical manifestation of his redemption, is undoing the wrongs he did in the past.
But I think they're just, and I could be wrong, but if they want to carry this out another year, I think they're scratching the surface to what the wrongs that could be committed will be.
Oh, yeah. No, there'll be a lot more wrongs. Yeah.
So,
a lot of it depends enough. Alistair Black's even going to be on NXT that much longer.
Yeah, I agree with that, too.
Mark El Hijo de Steve Garcia. What is a match you really want to see in NXT this year, and what stipulation would you like to see it have? Title match, maybe? Thanks, friendos. What's the NXT match you really want to see? I want to see Matt Riddle and Tommaso Ciampa, man.
I want to see. So who? Keith Lee and Feast Your Eyes.
Yeah.
Keith Lee and
Top Notch. Yeah.
Top Notch. Yeah. Thank you.
Dijakovic.
What did you say? What did you want to see?
Riddle and Ciampa.
Ooh, I want to see Riddle versus Brock. I love how much he's pushing that.
Oh, he's been pushing that for years.
And I love it.
He has a shirt that has like a checklist on it, and the one thing that's unchecked is retire Lesnar or retire Brock.
It.
Yeah,
I love it. Just
he's
keep
all
pushing
in on that,
man. Keep pushing it. He's getting closer and closer and closer. Let's see here. Killer Penguin says Mysterio to 205 Live to feud with Kushida. That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
It'd boost the ratings, though.
It would.
If they want to boost those ratings.
Wolfpack for life. What superstar that doesn't do chops could give the hardest chops?
Interesting question.
I don't think Braun really does chops. I feel like he could probably deliver a stiff chop.
Ooh.
A stiff overhand chop.
Because remember, like, the Big Show?
Yeah.
And Braun's got a lot more muscle in that arm of his.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be rough.
I don't remember Braun really doing chops. Really, everybody should do chops. It's the best move.
Well, if you don't have a good chop, you don't have a good chop.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I mean, I understand the knife edge chop because that's a very different thing. But like an overhand chop, anybody should just like slap someone in the chest.
You'd think.
But maybe they want Braun to just have strictly power moves, punches and such.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Henry Harris, will Steve pay attention to Discord during Wrestle Kingdom 13? Asking me that makes me not want to pay attention to Discord. So you're just hurting Discord right now, Henry Harris.
James Fletcher, am I the only one who watches all WWE stuff, including 205 Live, but when it's on, I'm making a cup of tea or not paying 100% attention?
No.
No, you're not the only one.
You're not the only one. Sometimes I don't pay attention as well, which is why I'm glad he takes such good notes.
Which is funny because usually, specifically on Raw, there's times where I'm like on Twitter and just having it on the background. Yeah. And just pay enough attention.
Although it's odd, I say that, but I think I do sort of bring to the fore the minutia, the silly details.
Well, the stuff that tickles you.
Yeah, which requires paying attention.
Yeah.
So maybe I do.
I just get the story beats in the match. That's what I try to get covered.
Mm-hmm. The Mark of Steel mentions apparently Britt Baker has signed with All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Anybody else that we know of?
Meltzer said that Britt Baker signed.
They ask, does this affect Adam Cole's WWE career at all?
No.
No.
Perry Smythe, hey friendos, new patron, longtime listener, watching live from Australia because I can't sleep.
Oh, nice.
Do you think Pete Dunne is so above brand that he could believably win the Rumble and beat Brock at Mania with the right build? Obviously, it'll never happen, but would the fans buy into it?
They'd love it.
Yeah.
They would eat it up. Here's the thing, man. When WWE's creative is killer, man, you can pretty much build anybody believable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like anybody with like real talent. Pete Dunne, people love him. Mm-hmm. People love him so hardcore. Oh, man. Can you imagine him getting in freaking Brock Lesnar's face? Can you imagine him grabbing Brock Lesnar's hand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
breaking his fingers.
Oh, man.
Mr. Michael Law says, just finished surgery.
Oh,
cool.
Wow.
Robbie Hyde, Balor versus Ambrose for Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 35, yay or nay? 100% yay.
Versus Balor. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. As long as Finn wins it.
Yeah, I know.
As long as Finn wins it. I'd prefer, I'm not a huge Ambrose guy. I'd prefer Apollo Crews versus Balor. But the more likely one
is the
fresh choice ladder match for the IC title.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh yeah, when's that rally? Oh, it's on the 8th.
It's the 8th. It's next week.
Okay. Anyways, I think that's good. I think we did good today. Did we do good today? Mm-hmm. All right, good. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this at the tail end of the show. Today, right now, I believe there is a Wrestle Kingdom sale going on at ProWrestlingTees.com/GoingInRaw. It's site-wide, so it's the entire thing. But specifically, our shirts are on sale there. 20% off using the promo code WrestleKingdom.
Yes.
And we put all of our shirt sticker packs
at FriendoMarket.com.
FriendoMarket.com. We still have plenty left in stock. I think we might be out of a couple sizes and a couple of shirts. $20 for the shirt sticker packs from today through tomorrow in celebration of Wrestle Kingdom. So go check it out either at Friendo Market or ProWrestlingTees.com/GoingInRaw. Patrons, $5 and up. Stay tuned. We're going to come at you with a bonus episode live in about 15 minutes.
Yep.
Let me see if I can hit some outro music here. Let's see how I do this. There's no Hilton. He's playing. He's not here again today. He's skipping school today. He's our intern now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's taking extra.
School credit.
So anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.